besties to the FanTEAsy podcast, where two besties spill all the delicious tea on the books we read. I'm Callie, and my bestie is obviously Montana, and we are so freaking excited to be kicking off our deep dive of Onyx Storm. First off, thank you for being here. If you are new to our page, hi and welcome. Don't forget to like and subscribe. If this is the first episode you are hearing, you don't need to worry about listening to all of our Fourth Wing and Iron Flame episodes unless you are itching for more theories to consume your brain, then dive right in. The water is just fine, my friend, I promise. We have over 40 hours of Empyrean content for your viewing pleasure. Yeah, you know. If you want even more of our crazy antics, such as therapy sessions, special guest interviews, behind-the-scenes videos, and so much more, join us on our Patreon. We have 2-tier options available for just $1 a month. You can support the FanTEAsy team and join the community. And for $5 a month, you can get full access to all our bonus content. So good.
So exciting. Love it. The bonus content is the best. And you also get the deep dive early. So, I mean,
you do.
Why not? Right?
Yep.
Right? Okay. So, as you know, we are doing a deep dive through the Empyrean series. We are currently covering, just starting, Onyx Storm. So thrilled. We're breaking down the book roughly 4-ish chapters at a time, just kind of depending. Well, that's how we feel. But we are diving into the world building, the character development, dragons, signets, fan theories, and so much more. Now, remember, all 3 books contain mature content, including violence, weapons, death, a lot of things that might not be suitable for all people. Muckduck, yeah. Callie and I are also adults. We swear a lot. We're not going to sugarcoat any of these books. They hurt, and we want to make sure you feel the hurt too. It fucking sucks for everybody. It's fine. With that being said, we are rating this episode rated R.
Okay. It is time. The new slogan tagline for our Onyx Storm deep dive episodes. Are you ready to face the storm?
No.
Screaming, crying, throwing up. It's fine.
Consider me an official member of the Tortured Empyrean Department.
Sign me up. Stamp my ass. Call me tortured.
Is this like a BDSM thing?
I don't know. Like that whole
Could be.
slap my ass and call me tickled or whatever. Yeah.
Guys, shout out to our friend Steven who calls everyone book brats and people say, call me brat again, daddy.
Yeah.
I will never get over that conversation.
He's the best.
Absolutely.
The ultimate book brat, book daddy.
In real life.
Good friend.
No, solid human being all around. Go follow him if you don't. Before we get too off track, Callie, what era are you in?
Oh, fuck. Tortured Poets Department? For sure.
Okay.
Yeah. My soul is empty.
Oh my gosh.
From this book, obviously.
I know, but ouch.
Ouch, Rebecca. Okay, what era are you in?
Probably 1989.
Oh, okay. Fine.
I don't know.
I'm just here by myself.
I'm just here for the vibes and I know the shit's coming. I'm just meh. Okay, I'm just gonna vibe, try and stay happy while the world is crashing around me.
Montana's in the back with her lighter. It's fine.
A getaway car.
Oh. I bless the rains down in Africa.
That is one of my go-to road trip songs, and it pisses my husband off every time. And I'm like, no. Nope. Okay. I jamming. Well, because they use it in a Family Guy episode and it's in a strip club and they're
so many things. Yes, it's so
I know,
good.
but he thinks it's that's what his brain associates with. It's in a strip club and they're giving these awkward lap dances to that song. So he's like, I just think Family Guy. And I'm like, No, just bless the rains down in Africa and
Yes.
just be the
It's a
hype
great
for
song.
this.
It's a great song. My take it up a notch. You go to Straight No Chaser, the Christmas. They're an a cappella group and they do like a bunch of renditions. So there's one song. It's the 12 Days of Christmas. It is the funniest song, and that song is like a part of it. It's the
Oh
best
my gosh, I
version.
love it.
I'm gonna send it to you after this, but it's gold. But it's like always at Christmas. I'm like, okay, back to the top. Here we go again. And they're like, no. And I'm like, come on.
I'll
12 Days
send
of
you
Christmas.
my
And
version of 12 Days of Christmas because it's two Canadian comedians.
now my brain went to Canadian geese, and geese have teeth. Fun fact.
Geese have teeth. Goose goose duck.
Duck lips. Which ones?
Oh, these are people. These are people now.
We found the people. Oh my god.
Okay. Okay. Callie, what is our prologue through chapter 3 monologue?
Whew, the prologue. Oh my god. Okay. We jump right back in where Iron Flame ends after the battle at Basquiat. Xaden has channeled and is now venin. Yes, we still hate it too. Xaden wakes in the middle of the night to sneak down and pay Jack fucking Barlow a visit in the dungeons. Violet sneaks behind because she is not here for the secrets anymore. Bitch, it is my business. While Violet listens into Xaden and Jack, and Darna reveals her secrets to Violet too. She not only can change her color, but her magic alters with her, and she can scorch the venin into nothing. Get it, girl. We wrap up the chapter with Jack telling Xaden he will ultimately channel again, and it will all be because of Violet. The audacity! Chapter 1. Now we time travel and start our next chapter 2 weeks later. Violet and Taryn fly around Basquiat on patrol for any movement in the area. No venin are spotted, leading everyone to believe that the venin are missing. Then, wham, bam, we almost crash into Atrum and Riddick because while the two are clearly having a moment and are lacking proper communication, back in the walls of Basquiat, the gang pays Sawyer a visit, sweet Sawyer, because he isn't just getting around the best anymore, if you catch my drift. Too soon? Too soon?
Rude.
Then suddenly a loud scream breaks through. The venin weren't to be seen on patrol because they are already inside. Duh. But we already knew this, friends. Chapter 2. Violet and the gang take off to fight off any venin they encounter when a scribe comes flying out in front of them. Only this isn't just a scribe, though we wish it was. It's a blood-sucking venin. That's what they are, right?
Ooh.
Violet is quick to react and takes that bitch down with the flick of her wrist, and her handy dagger makes the kill. They realize that they are after Jack and quickly make their way down to the interrogation chambers. Finally, we have the amazing Cosmo spoiler in action. You remember the one with the silverhead venin that we saw disappear? Yeah, you remember that now. Once in the chambers, the gang tries to stop the venin from releasing Jack from his cell, but they are no match. Enter the Shadow Daddy. Xaden comes to the rescue once again and casts his magical shadows, killing all the venin inside the chambers. Hot damn! Once they leave the chambers, they have a quick little debrief with Panchak. I don't have a name for him yet. We'll find one. I know we have one. And it is terrifying to acknowledge the venin. They were trying to rescue Jack instead of trying to take down the wards. But what does it mean? Nobody knows what it means, but it's provocative. Xaden and Violet have their own little steamy debrief, and Xaden fills her in on a few things he has learned about his new dark side. He didn't just follow the bond to Violet, the venin called to him. Oh, I hate it. Chapter 3. Violet is set to head into the cereal box, the scenarium, where she will fight with the higher-up douche canoes for Andarna's kind. Before she can even list Andarna's demands, General Meathead cuts her off, oh so rudely, and tries to tell her how things will be ran on the stupidly named task force. Now, with the task force in mind, Violet tries to load her squad with only the best. However, this is also shut down, leaving Violet feeling pretty hopeless for Andarna's kind at all. The next morning, we have a oh-so-wonderful wake-up call from Xaddy. I mean, a man knows a few tricks with his fingers, if you know what I'm saying. Ayo! Oh,
Come
wait.
here, though.
That is not what Cassian meant when he said, put your hands on the headboard. Shit!
I don't like this. I'm not having fun anymore.
Yeah, I hate it all. That's it. That's what you get.
Okay, so when you said, okay, real quick.
Debrief.
If you have never listened to a Empyrean episode from us, I don't know the monologue going into these. It is always a surprise to me. So the reactions are genuine, and sometimes I have to have some debriefing moments. Chapter 2, the venin are calling him. They're like, what's your favorite scary movie, Xaden?
What are you wearing? Yes, they're calling.
They're having a ghost face moment. It's like, you look like you've seen a ghost, Xaden. Stop. The way that Stu and Billy have me in a chokehold. It's terrible, but it's fine. I'm still saying that's not my lore.
I was like, they're part of your lore. It's true. And
Stu. Because Matthew Lillard.
Yeah. I mean, I get it. Have you seen him? Just
literally his whole life.
Chef's kiss. God said, sprinkle a little extra on that one. Oh.
Of everything, though.
I know.
Like, literally everything. He's kind. He loves his fans. He's funny. He's good looking. You can't go wrong with Matthew Lillard.
Mm-hmm. He's just amazing.
It's fine. Let me tell you how we really feel about Matthew Lillard. I love him, but it's, you know. What? Me?
I digress.
Matthew, don't ever watch this.
Please do, actually. If we make it onto Matthew Lillard's radar, like, I'm deceased, dead. I don't even know how to handle life anymore.
Him and Skeet, they tour every year with like the horror cons and everything, and I'm like, I kind of need to go.
His reaction, like his interactions with his fans at those are so
the best.
Like some of my favorite videos of his. I'm just like, look how sweet he is.
The fan stories that you hear, and he just loves everybody, and he's so thankful for the people that got him where he is. I'm like, you know what, dude? I respect you so much.
And I'm over here like, he's like, the best Shaggy ever.
Truly, honestly, no one could ever be Shaggy.
No. It was the perfect
and he's coming
casting.
back in Scream 7, so fun fact. I will watch Scream 7 solely for Matthew Lillard.
Yeah, I only ever watched the very first one, and I couldn't. It's been years and years and years and years. So
I have to just for the dynamic duo.
Yes.
They are the plot.
What plot?
For your Ghostface fan, I hope you agree with us, because I know there's a lot of controversy in the Ghostface community. Don't come at us. It's fine.
No, we're just here for Matthew. It's fine. It's not that serious.
No. And it's fine.
Anything else you have from the monologue?
Well, we kind of got derailed, and now I kind of forget. So
moving right along.
I had things, but no, just let's skedaddle into the next segment. Before I keep talking about him.
Go into the prologue, because I do want to get there. But before that, I do want to highlight our lovely dedication, because I think it's fantastic.
It really is.
It says, to the ones who don't run with the popular crowd, the ones who get caught reading under their desks, the ones who feel like they never get invited, included, or represented. Get your leathers. We have dragons to ride.
Yeah, we do.
Thank you, Rebecca, for making me cry before I even start the book.
Like, we literally do. Our dragons are going to Target.
I mean, seriously. Beep beep. I just get chills.
The wings.
They took in. No, I thought this was great. I think it's important
It is.
for, all of the people that are like us, that are like, maybe I didn't fit in the best, in this crowd, but here at the FanTEAsy bestie community, you always have a place in our DMs, in our friend group, in our group hugs, in our dance parties. Because we'll always invite you. We always want to include you. And I just think this was what everyone needed starting this book. I loved it. Loved it, loved it, loved it. And like so many other points to that, as far as like when I read it, I was like, the representation that goes into these books, we talked about it in our reaction video, but obviously that was great too. I know a lot of people see themselves in Violet, but also now we're getting so many other characters like Jasenia and now Sawyer, and it's just great representation across the board. Rebecca is queen for that. So that's it. You can do hard things, and you are a badass dragon rider.
Get your leathers.
Get your leathers. We're ready to fucking go. Okay, prologue. Whew.
So, starting off with our excerpt. I'm not ready.
No.
Securing Basquiat and the wards has come at great cost, including General Sorengil's life. Strategy must adjust. It is in the realm's best interest to ally with poor Emil, even temporarily. Recovered correspondence of General Augustine Milgren / Meathead to His Majesty King Tari.
King Tushy.
You know
touche.
What?
It's pronounced touche.
He would say that. He would.
Exactly. That's actually the most fitting one I think I've had.
And Pancheck can be Pansy. Commandant Pansy.
I feel like maybe I did say that at one point. I feel like I had a name for him and I couldn't remember.
I can't remember one either.
I digress. He is a pansy,
but
though.
I'm on Pansy, so
we're here for it.
This prologue, though, like, Xaden, what the fuck are you doing? You sneaking out of bed? Now we got Violet sneaking out of bed. Can't you just survived a war, okay? Yeah, like, I get you made a big oopsie and you're now a venin. But, like, can you enjoy the downtime at all?
No. I think okay, so I looked back. This is the first prologue she's given us out of all 3 books. So, and then for it to literally be like simultaneous with the ending chapter of Iron Flame, I'm like, ooh, gross, chills. So, oh god, it's just like stressed. I
honestly really appreciate that she did that though, because I know some books are like, oh, it's been 6 weeks or whatever, and I'm
or
like
2 weeks or a week.
But what happened in that time? And now we're like, no, this is where we left off. We're gonna. It's a seamless transition.
Have a 2-week break in a minute, but it's
nice. I know,
that
but
this
like we at least
like,
have that.
And it shows like, because at the end he's like, okay, love you, and he's like sneaking out of bed, and then she's waking up. So in that moment, like when we're watching from Xaden's POV and he's going down there to talk to Jack, he doesn't even know that she's right behind him. And so rereading that chapter, like I just skimmed through it before I went into this again, and I was like, oh yeah, like Xaden. She's right there. You're not that clever. So I loved that, because I was just like, what the fuck? What the fuck? What are you doing? And then you have the literal first line of, where in Malik's name is he going? And I'm like, yeah, where are you going? What are you doing? Why? Why are we doing this?
I understand you have questions. I understand that you are scared. But no. Just love your woman for a minute. Like, chill out.
Go to bed. Go to bed. Sleep it off. Let's let it ride out, because but also highlighting that in the first sentence she says Malik, and now that we like went through the book and have all the gods, I'm like, oh, way to throw that in there. I mean, obviously we would have looked over it before because we've talked about the gods briefly, but finally getting answers to so much about the gods in this book was satisfying because, I mean, there's still so many fucking questions, but I'm like, oh, finally, there it is. So that was good to have.
I love that Andarna is with her through this and is being so supportive because, you know, obviously Sigale is not a happy lady that her writer is now venin, and Tarn smells of both rage and sorrow. Well, yeah, like this is really inconvenient for us because I need you in my head.
Can you not?
But it's just like this whole chapter fucking sucks. It's heartbreaking. Violet's sad. Xaden's sad. We're all confused. The dragons aren't happy. And then she's noticing the temperature is dropping because it's winter. And, well, go figure, because Mama Sorrengail isn't here to keep our weather, you know, nice and calm and mild. So we're just kind of stuck with shit cold now. We have moved from a nice, like, mild, like, Pacific Northwest winter to Nebraska.
Thanks for hurting
your winter is cold.
It's so miserable. I also think, like, we get to it in the next chapter as far as, like, how it's, like, so white and you can't see. I think this is also attributing to Theophany and her power. I mean, it doesn't, like, she's a storm wielder, so is this not something, like, because in my mind now, so I don't know, I'm getting ahead of myself, but obviously we see them infiltrating the college. Yep. So in my mind, in the whiteout, she's just, like, covering them, getting in. And that stresses me the fuck out. Still have so many theories on her not being dead, but yeah, I don't know. It doesn't say that she can't do something with snowstorms. In my mind, I'm like, that bitch. She's doing something. I know it. I know,
like, in Iron Flame, they're talking about all the snow in Eratia, and, like, when they fly back for that final battle, they're saying, like, it should be colder, but Mom's keeping it warmer for us. And I'm like, okay, like, no, she was the storm wielder. Theophany, move over.
Move over, bitch.
Honestly, I loved her character, but yeah, we'll get there when we get there. Obviously, we didn't say it, but if you're here, this is literally the most spoiler-full podcast ever. Like, if you haven't read these books, I don't know what the fuck you're doing here. I don't know. Just
beats me.
Spoiler warning.
Spoiler warning, 20, a little late.
25 minutes in, it's fine. But
sorry. You're good.
It's fine. Xaden is moving, and we have infantry drinking. They're drunk. May your mother be remembered to General Sorrengail, the flame of basket. They're like, ouch. She literally just lost her mom. Like, this is not like 5 years down the road where, like, it still hurts, but you can also, like, see the sacrifice. Like, no. This literally just happened, like, 2 hours ago.
Yeah, it's fresh. It's an open wound. And now...
Yeah.
And she did so much, you know?
She did. I'm sad.
Well, and Xaden anyway. Going down to see Jack fucking Barlow. Of all people. Of all fucking people. He's like, of course I need to go talk to him because he's a venin too. I need to go figure out how I unbecome venin. No, that's not a thing, you dipshit. You
unbecome.
Unbecome. It is very unbecoming of you, Xaden, to go see Jack.
I just, like, take this venin magic and push it back into the ground. Oh my god, it's Patrick. What if we take the venin magic and we just push it?
Patrick, honestly, he's smarter than he gets credit. Bottom. Yeah. He doesn't get enough credit. But, so I thought it was interesting at the very beginning. And I didn't notice this until I was, like, going back through to write my Burr, burr, burr. But
Mhm.
he's venin, and he goes to the infirmary anyway
Mhm.
to sit with Sawyer. So they say, he's basically
Keeping his
sat with
head
his
down.
keeping his head down because he doesn't want anyone to notice. But Bodhi
Mhm.
and Garrick, he immediately told them, and I'm like,
Mhm.
wait, why? And also, I mean, great, fantastic. I love that you like have people that you trust and want to tell so they can help you and vice versa. But how pissed were they in that conversation? Were they yelling? Were they
Mhm.
screaming? Were they just like,
In shock.
oh, we'll fix this? Or, oh, we understand? Because, yeah, in the final moments of Iron Flame, you know that Xaden is literally sitting there feeling Violet like about to give her life. And he's like, no, gotta
Yeah.
save her. How do I do that? Oh, channel. No, dipshit. But now I just want to be a fly on the wall of like,
Those
what
conversations.
did Bodhi and Garrick say? I need to know.
Oh, I'm not okay, but I do understand, like, I get it. He wants to know more information. He has so many questions. He's so concerned. Like, I get why he's down there. And I just absolutely hate that he feels like he had to do this. And obviously, Jack is no fucking help.
God, I can't stand Jack in this. He just is
And
like
while we
adding
have,
fuel to the flame.
well, yeah, that's makes sense. Um, and while they're having their whole little conversation, Violet's like, and Darna, yes, I know you want to find your kind, and I'm gonna help you however I can. Like, we're gonna have to break some rules, but we're gonna do it. Now, can you shush for 5 seconds so I can listen to this conversation?
And Darna's like, no, I have very important things I need to tell you right now.
Right?
Right now.
Literally this second. Wow.
She's like, hey, by the way, I scorched that venin. I know you thought like no dragon could do that, but I did it. And it was cool and
As
hot.
if as if Violet didn't see it, and then Tarn's like, you breathe fire.
I mean, literally.
Like,
I
we've
don't,
acknowledged this.
yes. Somehow it was still a shock to Violet. She's like, what do you mean? She's like, oh, yeah, my magic changes with my colors. Huh? What?
That is cool, though.
Thinking more on it, does that mean when Violet channels for Mandarna, depending on her
Different.
color, the magic could
Uh-huh.
change?
That's what I was just wondering. Because if, say, she wants to
Wild.
be like a blue dragon, well, does that mean she has a certain signet or magic that she can obtain? And even if it's all like one giant signet, but maybe like the color of Andarna kind of shifts what the ability is for Violet.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
I mean, we only get like such little information on the Arids
Mm-hmm.
in this entire book, which is so frustrating because that's what this book was supposed to be. And it's just like, oh, here they are, there they go. Oh, here they are again. There and Darna goes. Like, what the fuck?
Mm-hmm.
The information that they give us based on like their piece but more so like they are magic, not like they have magic, is what kind of puts everything into question of like what can Andarna do and what does that mean for Violet and her signets, and like,
Mm-hmm.
and then you have the gods, and then this whole dedication, and I spiral because I'm like, what does it mean? What does any of this mean?
And we are getting so ahead of ourselves just through this whole freaking book at this point. But
There's so much going on though, and I have so many questions.
I know. And God, just Jack taunting him like, you don't get to say which parts are taken first. And the fact that they're like, venin don't have the capability of love and they don't feel these emotions. And I'm just frustrated. And okay, yep, we're gonna find your family, we're gonna find a cure, all is going to be well in the world, but it's gonna be a bitch.
Him also pointing out that they like still just really want Violet
Mm-hmm.
for their possession. She's like a little trophy. They want to win. And again, I'm like, In what aspect?
It's got to be in book 4 that we get this information, because maybe book 3 was too soon knowing the motive behind that, but I feel like it'd be too late to have it in book 5.
Mm-hmm. It's got to be book 4, because I just am like, what? I mean, it's been drug out now for
3 books, 2.5 books.
And they're just, again, like, are they just trying to get to Violet to get to Andarna? Because of I don't know. And now, like, the way that this one ends with the eggs missing. I mean, what does it mean then for the 7th Dragon Den? I have so many fucking questions. See how stressed I am? I can't.
I cannot.
I'm overwhelmed. My brain, I can't even focus on the prologue. There's so many questions. And now...
So many questions.
We'll find a cure. Sure we will, Andarna. Sure we will. I like that it says Andarna promises. Does Andarna promise? Does she know that? Can she predict the future?
I doubt it, just because she doesn't know where her family is, and it's like a big freak out thing.
That's true. Why does it say she promises? She's just really hopeful.
Yeah, I mean, like, we make promises all the time. Like, yeah, we're going to do our absolute best to fulfill this promise.
I never break a promise. Don't say that.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, I'm saying to each other, like, yeah. But we also do everything in our power to fulfill it, and it's like a reassuring thing. Like, I am promising you that we are going to do everything and expend every option to find this cure.
She's going through it. Her emotions are all over. And then her pointing out, like, as my bonded and as Tarn's bonded, you no longer answer to the laws of humans. To Violet. And I'm like, well, what does that mean going forward? Because
that sucks for Violet, because she also gets repercussions from it.
And we
Varish
do see
made that
some
very
of it
well known
in this book, but I also feel like the way this book ends, we're going to see so much more, like, rebellion, revolution, action taken from Violet going forward. But I'm just like, yeah, fuck those laws of humans. I don't like them either.
I now identify as the dragon, 2025.
Yep. And Darna for president.
You know what?
It's not a bad idea. Tarn for president.
No,
He would do a better job.
I was going to say Tarn for president and Darna for VP.
Ew.
Because he's not as emotion fueled as she is. He's got a good century under him.
He's very level headed.
He is, and he's still in his early era. What did he say? His like middle era,
his elder era.
Elder era.
He's in his elder era. Mm-hmm.
So moving right on along into chapter 1, our excerpt. Like, I like it at first, and then just the more that I've gotten through this book and thought about it, I just get really fucking annoyed. So it says, I will not die today. Scratched out. I will save him. Violet Sorrengail's personal amendum to the Book of Brennan. And that is like, I understand. Yes, this is a very scary situation. Yes, she wants to, save him, and she wants to find the cure. I get it. I really do. But the amount of times where she's like, he's mine. I will save him. I'm like, okay, Violet, we get it. Shut the fuck up. I know it's only the first time in this part of the book, but my God.
I will save him. Yeah, you could try, I guess. I don't know. He's not dying.
Do your best.
He's just venin. Like, maybe I should say I will cure him.
Yeah.
Maybe she's not talking about Xaden.
Then who is she talking about?
I mean, she is, but like, because there's theories that like something's going to happen to Tarn. I mean, we don't know when the addendum was made. No.
No.
Oh. I know. It's a
No.
bad theory.
Take
I
it
don't
back.
agree with it. I don't agree with it. I'm just saying that's a theory. I don't know.
I know it is, and I really fucking hate it.
Yeah, me too. Because he's kind of everything in these books. Kind of everything. And then we have,
It's true.
you know, 2 weeks later, as the SpongeBob narrator would say. We're out flying. In our snowstorm, produced by Theophany.
Fucking Theophany. Yeah, we're going through patrol routine every day, make sure we're not missing any venin. But like, really? Do you think these venin are just like, I'm gonna be in my little, what is it, igloo, just hiding from the dragons, and I'll just sneak on in?
I mean, they are sneaking in. Like a lot of them.
Some of them are already there, so I wonder how many were already in there versus how many are sneaking in.
True.
And are they sneaking in, or are they like, for lack of a better term, like apparating over winnowing in, when they're just like, bloop, bloop. I don't know.
Teleporting. I don't know. Where there's a lot
Yeah,
of
that.
Winnowing. I like that one. What do they call it in Harry Potter? They use the... what is that called?
The Flu Network?
I don't know.
What's apparition from?
No. Is that from...
I think that's Harry Potter.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so yeah, what I was saying.
Every magical system is so different. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
It's sad because we've lost a lot of people. Obviously, like, there was a big battle. Yes, the death roll is getting insanely long with all the people that have died, and I hate it, but that doesn't stop Andarna from being extra sassy. And she's like, talking about how Tarn tells her that her wings won't hold the weight of the ice due to the storm, and she's like, your wings won't hold the weight of the ice, and yet yours miraculously carry the burden of your ego. Okay, Andarna.
It's probably one of my favorite lines from her. She's really sassy in this book, but rightfully so.
We're here for it.
Because,
Mm-hmm.
Tarn's kind of an ass and deserves to be told that sometimes.
Okay, kind of an ass when the fact that Atrum, they almost collide, right? Because Riddick and Atrum are having their own little disagreement, not paying attention. They damn near get Tarn and Violet, and Tarn, instead of being like, oh, it was an accident, he goes, no, accidents are not acceptable. I'm going to snap just right by you, freak you out a little bit, and then you're gonna be like, here's my neck, I submit.
Mm-hmm.
Dumb.
He's not here for it. I feel like this entire book, though, we get so much dragon, like, Empyrean disagreements, or, like, really, lack of a better word, lack of communication. Like, they just are not...
There's more tension.
Communicating the way that they have in the past. There's so much tension between, like, the den, and I don't know what is happening. So, like, Atrum cutting them off within the riot, I feel like it's really weird, and I don't know. Yeah, is it just because
why is your communication so fucked?
But also, why are you arguing that intensely that you're like cutting off other dragons while you're flying around in fucking all white and you can't see anything? So it just is weird. Reads weird.
On patrol for venin.
Sure. Right.
Mm-hmm.
What does it mean? I mean, someone put out there
I don't
that
know.
Riddick is venin, and I'm like, no, that's
No,
a
he's not.
stretch. No.
He is not.
I'm like, again,
He wouldn't have been so upset.
There's just a lot of tension within the Empyrean and everything going on, and especially going through and then finding this seventh dragon den. It's all very intense.
Mm-hmm.
It's very intense. Tensions are high. They're venin fucking everywhere. So I get it.
It's raining venin.
Tarn didn't have to be an ass, though. Also, Tarn, going back to Tarn being a fucking asshole, him calling Xaden the Dark One, oh, God. Drives me up a wall. Cool. I'm like, I get it. You're mad. But also, quit it. Because you're only hurting Violet.
Shut up.
This is like the co-parenting scenario. And I'm like, you're just being mean to Violet right now. So stop it. Also, maybe like
he is
a just dad moment that he's having of like, bad boyfriend. And this is my daughter and I need to protect her. And yeah. Don't you get that vibe though? Yes.
Spraying him with a spray bottle.
Yes. Bad boyfriend. Quit it. Stop what you're doing. Yeah,
no, it really irritates me. And he has so many grievances against Xaden right now. And like, I get it. But also, like you said, it's only hurting Violet because he's not saying it to Xaden. He's saying it to her. And he doesn't agree with her decisions, but he makes it known. Like, she asked him, where do you stand in this between me and the Empyrean and the things we need to do for Xaden and Andarna? He's like, well, I fly without warming my wings in preparation for carrying heavier weight for longer distance. Does that not answer your question? Meaning he is prepared to help Andarna for these long flights to find her kind, and then he knows that this also ties into also helping Xaden, and he's like, yes, bitch, I'm here for the ride. Shut up.
But then it's his comment after that like makes me go, what the fuck? But do not mistake my unflinching support of you, my mate, and Andarna for any form of faith in him. And I'm just like, okay, so I mean, we've talked about Naolin before, his previous writer, as to why he doesn't want to talk about it.
Yeah.
And then it just,
there's got to be more there.
Xaden. Now I'm like, was Naolin venin? And that's how he was able to channel so much and save.
Yeah, like maybe he channeled,
and saved Brennan, but then because I don't know, Tarn just like feels like eerily pissed that he's venin, and then is also just like, oh yeah, there's no cure, no faith. Fuck him, basically.
Pretty much.
I hope that's not the case, but he's pretty mad.
He is. And it's also just the fact that all these patrols have not seen any venin, and things are just normal. And they're like, did we run him off? Well, that's a little optimistic of you, especially with everything that's been going on. Like, no, you didn't. And poor Atrum. He's like, I just want to go back to Erasia. I hate it here.
I hate it here. I will go to secret gardens in my mind. And Riddick is like,
yeah, that's no, literally
bro.
him.
Like, stay with the riot. We gotta stick together. I mean, you're not wrong. We should leave there if we're gonna go look for the seventh dragon den. But bro, chill. Obviously.
It's fine. It's fine. No. Yeah.
Violet. Yeah. The wards are falling. Violet needs to be secured. I mean, everyone needs to be secured within the wards unless they are going to the Isles. Because Fuck no. Fuck these venin. They're everywhere. Everywhere. Everywhere I go. Everywhere I go.
God, Aura. This bitch, Aura. I'm like, girl, are you really trying to create this segregation between Navarian writers and Eurasian writers? Like, we didn't just come and save your ass. Because you all would have been fucking dead if we would have been like, that's your problem, not ours, you know?
That's your
I don't know.
problem.
She's a dumb
Go find
bitch.
a dragon to save you, because mine won't.
And yours are gonna die.
Yep, she pisses me off.
It's also the extra little tidbit of information where they're like, oh, and by the way, Mira has a secret project, and Imogen knows and Violet knows, but it's kind of like a big secret to everyone else. And there's professors gone, and we have to rotate Xaden duty. Like, it's just so much is happening in these 5 seconds.
Rotating Xaden duty is really just what irks me, because he's not like a pet project that you like have to take turns with. Like, this is your friend, your lover. Like, I know that they are concerned, but they also like kind of act irritated, and I'm like, well, do you want him back down there hanging out with Jack, or do you want to keep an eye on him?
Yeah. It's a lose-lose situation all around.
Lose, because I'm also hurt.
Michael Scott is losing, Michael. Okay? And we don't appreciate that.
Yes. No.
But, I mean, Violet is essentially having her own little secret revolution that her friends are not in on much, like slightly in on, but not the full truth. And just like, okay, now you're keeping a bunch of secrets, even from Xaden, because he says he doesn't want to know, but like, when did you become this mastermind schemer? I mean, she's kind of always been that way, but like, this is bigger than just like, I'm poisoning an opponent on the mat.
Right. She's got big secrets.
She's learned from Xaden.
Must be huge.
Here for the Mean Girls reference.
And then we get Soybean. We get to go.
My dog?
See Sawyer. Yeah. Absolutely.
It's fine. It's fine. We love him though, and I hate that he's going through this.
So.
I did indeed. Yep.
Yeah, we hate that he's here.
I don't know.
In the infirmary without a leg. He's sad. We're sad for him. He's very melodramatic about it, rightfully so. If I lost my leg, I probably would be like, I could never ride a dragon again either. Like, that's how I would be. I would be wallowing, and it would be sad. And so he is justified.
And it's also the fact that they had Colonel Chandler come visit him, the commander of the retired writers. Like, really? He literally just lost his leg 2 weeks ago. He doesn't even have a prosthetic yet. Like, tell us you are not giving him a chance to even make a recovery without telling us.
We hate it. Nope.
Hate it so much. Oh, okay, but just tell me how this chapter ends, because I'm stressed.
I don't like it. We just hear some fucking loud ass screaming, and everyone whips their head around, and they're just like, what the fuck? What's that? Oh, that bitch is dead. What do you mean she's dead? Oh, because there's venin. Venin. What? What?
They're already inside.
No wonder. I mean, I'm not surprised. We already knew that, but makes your heart race a little bit each time.
It does.
Going into chapter 2, what is our excerpt?
The rarest of signets, those that rise once in a generation or century, have manifested concurrently with an equal twice in our records. Both critical times in our history, but only once have the 6 most powerful walked the continent simultaneously. As fascinating as that spectacle must have been, I would rather not live to see it happen again. A study on signets by Major Dalton Sonaros. The most powerful signets, and I'm like, okay, what the first 6, what were all of those signets? Like, I know we get like some of them, but I'm like, what were all of them?
Mm-hmm.
Because why?
And
I don't know.
just like signets
But
that we still don't really know. As far as like
yeah.
characters that we have currently. Like
Mhm.
stress. The stress.
The stress. The fucking venin are inside and they have decided to make a move for some reason. Now is their moment, and they have killed everybody in that room, and they are just crawling around the college.
Just protect Sawyer. He can't
Literally,
move. Protect him.
You want him just to hobble on his crutches with his dagger?
I just picture him like crawling on the ground with his one leg.
Oh,
like, meow, meow.
Our poor
this
baby.
is like fresh, hours fresh. So I don't. Oh no, we 2 weeks. We've progressed 2 weeks.
2 weeks.
Maybe
fresh.
he has crutches. Maybe he has crutches by now. But still, I'm like, this poor kid.
He does. And so, okay, Violet, Riddick, they have a plan. They're taking off in the direction of everything. They've seen the dead bodies. There are no survivors. They're like, all right, keep your eyes open. Oh, looky, a scribe. JK, that is someone in scribe robes running at us with red veins in their face, and they are trying to kill us. Flip at a dagger. Look at the flick of that wrist. Woo!
Violet's like, I've just always been better with my daggers anyway. Okay, yeah. You're right. Nailed it.
I get it.
Nailed it. Mm-hmm. Fuck that bitch. Fuck that bitch. But here
honestly,
they are, not
but
even
like,
going for the wards.
So
they're like,
scared. Yeah.
Jack, where's Jack? Hey, let's go down into the interrogation chambers and we're gonna get Jack out. The fuck? The fuck? No.
You know, now that I kind of think about it, and this is going way far into the book later, but Theophany tries to kill Jack after she sees him again from this point that we know. Like, maybe she's seen him in between in the background, but to our understanding, she has not. And is she taking him out to save him, or is she taking him out to kill him?
I think much like the normal progression of power, obviously, like, you have good people, Lilith, Violet, Xaden, who have a lot of power, but then you also have people that are like Melgren or Varish who abuse their power. Jack is one of those, and he is just like a seething, slimy ball of scum that is abusing his power. And so I feel like the mavens and the generals, they're all like, bad egg, rotten egg, kill that one. So I could definitely see her going down there to be like, you're done. You're done.
Yeah. And it's just the fact that we have all these dark wielders in front of his cell, and Theophany's hair is noted. Her long silver braid swings free from her hood, eerie red gaze, faded tattoo on her forehead. Like, she is very distinct in how she is described. And I'm like, okay, one silver hair. And then poof, she just disappeared.
This was my favorite reading it in action because this was the Cosmo spoiler, and I was just like, oh shit, already?
What?
So good. Yep. So good.
Like, because so soon.
Disappearing moment just had me on edge. It was absolutely feral when it came out. Stressed beyond belief because what the fuck? What do you mean she disappeared? This is what I mean. Like, what the fuck are these venin doing? There's so much that they can do that we still, even after a whole nother book, have pretty much no information.
Don't know. It is crazy just even seeing like they're noting again how fast they are, how fast they're adapting to their fighting styles. And even though Theophany's gone, these other dark wielders are holding them off, no problem. But they're saying, no, not the silver-haired one. We need her. Like, you can't off of her, you know? But stressed. The writer that they were torturing, well, he's gone. He did. And it's just kind of funny that this the one dark wielder that Violet is fighting is like, the lightning wielder. You're a long way from the sky. We both know you can't kill me without that knife. First of all, again, the sky comment, channeling from the sky, not the ground. And she's like, oh, I won't have to. Boom. Shadows. Xaddy. Everyone dead.
Shadow. Shadow. Daddy. Dead.
Oh. Like a comma, because he's not dead.
Comma. Punctuation matters.
It really does.
Yep.
It was interesting that she noted that Xaden's rank that is presented on his leathers is the same as those that were guarding Jack, and they were taken out so easily. But we also know that Xaden is the most like powerful of his year.
Tell me something, Violence. Why is it always you?
Because I know you'll come to rescue me.
Oh, God. Okay, but we can't have that hope because she's supposed to save him.
No. I know.
The stress.
I know.
The stress. Or, I don't know. He's supposed to save himself. Love will save him.
Stop it. And honestly, maybe you're right here, though, because it's like no one seems fazed that they were trying to rescue Jack, and it's rescue is italicized, so maybe it wasn't actually rescue. Maybe they were going in to off him or take him and torture him. Like, who knows? But at least Violet has warded Jack's chamber, so no one's hearing anything that is said inside of there, and things are just crazy. Like, Jack's gonna be dead because we are not letting him channel. He's not eating food. Like, homeboy is going to die if we don't do anything about it.
Good.
Which is okay.
Die, bitch. Yeah, no, he's running out of places to channel from. That's fine. That's fine. The little argument between Riddick and Xaden cracks me up, though, because Riddick's like, I totally had him, and Xaden's like, not really. It's fine. I handled it. And he's like, no, I almost.
You really didn't, sir.
I was so close, and he's like, not really, but okay. Oh, poor Riddick.
Going back to what you said about Bodhi and Garrick being pissed, we know they're mad. And Imogen even said in the last chapter that they think, that Violet needs to rethink sleeping with Xaden and all of this. And he's like, oh, for fuck's sake, you don't trust a baby. You trusted to babysit me at night, don't you? And Garrick just retorts, don't act like I'm the reason you need to be supervised. Like, damn, throw it in his face that he fucking did all of this.
Super pissed. Rightfully so, because Xaden, you put yourself in an awkward situation that now we all have to deal with and like tiptoe around and pretend that you didn't do this and but here at this point in time, it's been a couple weeks. The red has now subsided. He does not look or have any traces of veninism, but still it's in you. We know it. And Violet is so naive, and she's like, I trust you. It's fine. You look fine to me. Like, honey, no. And he tells her time and time again, like, this is only the beginning. It's going to get worse. I'm more stronger than you think. Like, the stress of they were calling him down there and just all the things we keep saying we don't know about the venin that Xaden is now aware of and is trying to tell her, and she's still just like, it's fine because you love me, right?
It's okay. Mm-hmm.
What?
Kind of want to slap Violet, and then the fact that he's like, well, yeah, I can still channel from Segale, but she's not speaking to me, and it's making flying really fucking awkward. Okay, yeah, like she has every right to be pissed at you, and he's saying that she knows I'm not whole. She senses it. Okay, like Segale can feel you slipping away.
Mm-hmm.
And he's telling you point blank that Segale feels it, and she is the most in tune with his emotions out of everybody, and she's still like, oh, it's fine. We're not worried.
Well, no, not fully, but a little.
She's more just like, oh, I'm worried to find a cure.
It's not gonna happen. It's not gonna happen.
Okay. The whole, he would burn the world down for you type of vibe. They're going back and forth, like, do you still love me? Just let me know. And he says, I could reach the rank of Maven, lead armies of dark wielders against everyone we care for, and watch every vein in my body turn red as I channel all the power in the continent, and I would still love you. What I did doesn't change that. I'm not sure anything you can. She's like, oh, yeah, see, you telling me you're capable of horrible things while still loving me is pretty much your idea of foreplay.
Yeah. Like rose-colored glasses. She's like, oh, he still loves me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, she is really trying to be optimistic here.
It's a stretch, but it's fine because he's like really distancing himself, and he's like, with my shields up, I literally didn't even know you were down there. They were calling me down there, and that is how I ended up in the interrogation chambers, and that should scare you, Violet. And she's just like, no, puppy dog, I love you. It's fine.
It's literally the chapter ending. Scared yet? I'm like, this sounds like a cheesy horror movie. Are you scared yet?
Are you scared yet? He's on the phone. Are you scared yet? Okay, Ghostface.
That's what I'm saying. They're calling him, and Xaddy is Ghostface.
Uh-huh.
Oh. Anyway,
a whole nother level.
Let's just roll right on into our last chapter of the episode, chapter 3, before we get too far down that rabbit hole.
Chapter 3. What is our excerpt?
It's a little bit long one because Violet did mention that she kept her mother's journals despite being told to burn everything to Malik. Well, let's hope Malik isn't pissed.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes I worry about Violet. She has your sharp wit, quick mind, and steadfast heart paired with my bullheaded tenacity. When she finally and truly gives her heart, I fear it will overrule the other gifts you've given her, and logic will cede to... I hate your theory, Callie. Logic will cede to voice to love. And if her first 2 liaisons are any indication of what we might expect, God's help her, my love, I'm afraid our daughter has atrocious taste in men. Recovered unsent correspondence of General Lilith Gale. Who is the other ex-boyfriend? Because we know ex-boyfriend number 1 or 2, wherever he falls in this line, is atrocious and is a giant baby. How bad is it? Like, Violet.
I don't know. Okay, I was cackling though because even you pointed it out. Like this theory, it's I'm going to continue to clown, if only to like annoy the piss out of you every episode. But going back through, you can't tell me that there is not such a heavy emphasis on love now that it's like stupidly really obvious if this is the answer, especially with how this book ends. Like, and then when we were talking to Steven of like, this is the part of my heart that you're saving my soul to keep, and you're going to be the reason that my love outlasts my venin.
I'm not here for it, but I get it. It just needs honestly, I do think that you're right that this is a huge part of it, even if it's not the sole thing at the end.
Right,
But
right, right.
as much as I hate
And
it, I think you're right, and
I
it's
die on that
fine.
hill.
It's fine. But you know what? Violet's got a meeting to go to, so Xaden skedaddle on along because she has to go to the cereal box scenario and
Mm-hmm.
present Andarna's case. Oh, and I really, I don't like it.
No. The fact that she has to go into the scenario where really she's like not even welcome, but they're having her anyway, and she has to go in there and literally fight and
Mm-hmm.
demand things for Andarna that are like pretty fucking basic as far as like she
Basic.
just wants to find her family, and they're like, no,
Mm-hmm.
not doing that. And then, on top of it, they're like, here's your task force, which is a stupid fucking name, by the way. Quest Squad is way better, but task
So
force.
much.
um and then they're like, yeah, you can't have Xaden, you can't have Riddick, you can't bring Mira or Imogen or anyone you want to bring because we need them here. Oh, fuck yourself. Because I'm not going clear
Mm-hmm.
down to the aisles without my squad, who I train with, who I work with, who knows and trusts me, and I know and trust them, flying into unknown territory. Fuck that. Oh my god. Just like the
Yep.
logic that they thought they had on this, and then being like, yes, Professor Carr will lead this. What? Kick rocks.
It's
Go
just the
touch grass.
control aspect of it, but
Oh,
go
it's
touch
so
grass.
bad. So bad.
Okay, circle back real quick
Mm-hmm.
before we jump too far into this. So we see that, as you called it, the venomism taking
Yes.
over Xaden slowly. He is so much more irritable in this book,
Mm,
like just quick to be pissy. And,
annoying.
Garrick is like, it really is. But Garrick and Violet are like, oh, you told him about our idea of sleeping arrangements. And Xaden's like, you try to dictate the occupants of Violet's bed again, and we're going to have problems. Like, damn, Xaden, that's your best friend.
Xaden is, of course, going to be pissy, but now we have Violet, who is also going to be a little irritable because she's out here trying to do what she can for Andarna, and Andarna's kind, those lovely little earrings. And she has to go to Scenarium, cereal box, because these douche canoes piss me off so bad, but don't want to listen to any of the requests that Andarna has made.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like Violet is going into this and she's like, it's like when you get called to the principal's office. Like, you want to stand up for yourself, but you also don't really have any pull. That's kind of Violet in this situation. Although I feel like she does,
Mm-hmm.
but they're not giving her credit for any of it.
Right.
So frustrating.
It
The
is.
most random assortment of people in here. I mean, we have like the word of King Tari backing her up, and yet they're still like, no, no. Fucking Melgren. I can't.
And the fact that they won't
She's
even
just
let
like,
Xaden in
absolutely
the
not. Sit
room for
down.
these negotiations. Chill out.
It makes no sense. The entire thing. And then Llewellyn. Who the
Like,
fuck?
what?
Obviously. The Duke, but I mean, your name is not Duke Llewellyn. Like, that's a place. The amount of confusion that this book caused me, I
Yeah.
don't know if it was just like a change of heart and her writing style. It felt really inconsistent and it really did irk me a lot because I
With the
shouldn't have to
names,
sit here
yeah.
and like really think about, oh, well, who's this person and who's this person. I get
Mm-hmm.
it, that happens in a fantasy world, but it was like too much brain power for me. I'm here for the
Yep. I
vibes, and
agree.
that was not it. So frustrating.
Well, and it's just the fact that it literally just says Llewellyn, like so casual, like we're supposed to know who this person is. Like, yeah, like how Tyrandor and Llewellyn are like overseen by the same person and kind of like ran in a joint way that way. So like I get it, but it's also just put in there so randomly without any emphasis beforehand that we're like, what the fuck is Llewellyn? I'm not here for. And then everyone else is like, the Duchess, the Duke, the General. I'm like, okay, Llewellyn.
Well, and like, okay, yeah. I mean, they say like, okay, Llewellyn is here representing Tyrrendor. Okay, great. But then you
Yep.
have all these other people in here, and I'm like, what? First of all, this is the first we're even like hearing of the whatever scenario,
Scenarium.
and it pisses me off that like what gives you the right to be included in this, and then like when did we establish this? When did this become a thing that we're like now required to like present to and ask permission for kind of thing? Like it just really came out of the blue for me that I'm like, so I don't know, like, does Melgren meet with these people all the time? And this now that she's like, yeah, I want to go here and I want to do this, and that's why she got invited in.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's weird that like now we're out here and Violet is like basically begging for permission out of nowhere. It just feels out of nowhere.
And like I mean, we had that 2-week period where we don't know what happened, and of course she's only in her second year technically in the college. So like, yeah, it's like if you're doing this extracurricular activity, we'll call it, yeah, you're going to need permission from your school type of thing. But it obviously is bigger than that. And it just irritates the absolute fuck out of me that they're like, oh no, like, you didn't save us. You did nothing. Your mom saved us. You're a fucking deserter. Like, also, where did Violet's backbone come from? Because of how she sticks up for herself? Like, girl, where was that in the last 2 books?
I don't know. She really flipped the switch, especially from Iron Flame. Like Fourth Wing,
Yeah,
we do kind of see that, and
100%.
then Iron Flame, she was like in a
Whiny.
pool of depression and whiny, and it was so annoying.
Mm-hmm.
And now she's like, wait, I have power, and I'm going to use it, and that's like, okay, great.
Yeah.
But going to negotiate this task force, stupid name, and she's like, I'm going to take who I want to take. And they're like, no, you are a second year and you don't have a say. And Melgren is a douche for even trying to tell her what to do. And I'm just like, excuse me? Because Xaddy has to go. I don't know if you know this or not, but those dragons have to be together. Of course, we're going to fight for it. I just irks.
And the fact that they want Captain Grady, the RSC professor of all people, to lead this mission? Like, on what grounds are we saying here that like, why are we choosing these people? And I'm so confused. Like, a lot of these people we don't know, we don't trust, and it is Andarna's demands that Violet gets to choose, and they're like, well, we're not going to follow all of her demands, like as if she wasn't a fucking dragon that could just scorch them.
She's not a little baby dragon anymore. She's a feisty adolescent dragon. And I would not piss her off because she gonna take your head off.
I mean, literally, Violet says, only if you meet the rest of Andarna's demand. I think both she and Tarn have shown they're more willing to walk, if not fly, away from Basquiat. Like, yeah, they don't give a shit. They don't have to stay here. They left once. They can leave again. Why not? Oh my god. And the argument of letting the flyers in the quadrant, like, again, the rest of these people came willingly, risking their lives to save your asses. They're risking their lives. They're risking their griffins. And you're like, no, they're flyers. Really? Like, you know the truth that the venin are the bad guys.
Yep.
I would understand it might be like a little hard for like the people who just learned the truth and they're like, my whole life I thought they were the bad guys, so like I don't get it. I could see that hesitation at first. Skepticism, I should say. But the people who know the fucking truth really like vouch for them. They're good guys for the most part.
Well, and obviously it's down the line, but like Kat too, like she has pull, and I just feel like and then Xaden, like he's not just another rider, like he's a lieutenant, and you know his signet is extremely powerful. So it's like, in instances where it is an unknown area, why wouldn't you send people that are assets? Obviously, then we go down the path of like, okay, now Halden has to come in his little bitch basket. But like these other people, riders, flyers that we have that are great assets and we need, like, we don't know what we're going into. Like, this, we could go to land and they could attack us, but we don't know. She's like, let me bring my fucking quest squad. And they're like, no, task force. And it's going to be wimpy and puny because this is what you get. No. Then I'm not going. That's it. I'm not going.
She's the Grinch.
She is the Grinch.
And it's also just what we've talked about. Again, there is a 2-week period that we don't know what happened, but Violet is pulling a Taylor Swift. She is masterminding. She is scheming. Now, all of a sudden, we are in with Takaris, and we have a bargain that we're working on and getting access to all of these books. And we're just like, whoa, Violet, you have been a busybody. These are long flights. How are you even getting these messages around so efficiently? I don't know. It seems a little left field for her because of how she was in Iron Flame. But, I mean, I don't know. We're early on. It's fine. It's just kind of confusing how we got here so quickly. But, well, here we are. We have a stupid task force. And the fact that they included Aura in the task force, like, why?
I don't
Ew.
know. That one's, again, out of left field. I don't know.
Yeah, it's just a little bizarre to me. But I don't know. Page break!
This is like a delicious yet eerie page break.
Mm-hmm.
We get a little sleepy sleep. Violet has survived the scenario for another day. She wakes and she's like, oh my God, I'm so rested. Oh, what a beautiful sleep I had. I slept in. What a shock. Oh, rub the sleep out of my eyes. Oh, Xaden. Hello. She's like, okay, I'm going to get up. And he's like, no, ma'am. You stay. You stay right here. And she's like, oh, wait. What do you mean? And he's like, let me show you. And she's like, oh, okay, wait. Okay. Dot. Okay, what you doing over there? What you doing? Too many things.
Yeah, ... We are feeling things. We are like, whoa, wait, what? We're doing this? Okay. And then all of a sudden, he's like, no! I need space!
Don't touch me there. These are my no-no squares. And she's like, wait, what do you mean? Oh my God. I felt like when I was reading this, though, I was like, like right out of the gate. Yes, I feel like we didn't get a lot of it throughout Iron Flame. So I was like, perfect. Chapter 3, it's going down. Great. I'm here for the vibes. The stress I felt finishing this chapter.
It's him saying, I need space. And she backs up a little ways and she's like, is this far enough? And he's an ass. Not sure the Isle Kingdoms would be far enough. Like, ew. Okay, I understand that you're stressed, but gross.
But gross. It's like, I forgot. I have no self-control, and you were there, and I'm a man, and my manly instincts kicked in, and you were there. And she's like, I don't know what that means. Explain it. And he's like, look at that. And is like so weird about it. And she's like, okay.
I know.
Like missing the point. And then she's like, oh shit. What the fuck?
There's some handprints that have drained the motherfucking headboard. Like, there's energy in a headboard? What are we pulling from the headboard?
Sexual tension.
That's in a headboard?
I mean, I don't know. Yeah, because that's where they
Uh,
bang, bang. I said a bang, bang, bangity bang. I said a bang, bang, bangity bang. That's what they
bing,
do in
bing,
their
bing,
bed,
ba
and then
bing.
he's just like on that headboard, and I don't know. I mean, that is not what Cassian said. That was
That
you missed
is
the meaning.
not what
You
Cassian
missed.
said. Right there.
No.
Right there. Oh my gosh. Like 3 chapters in plus a prologue, and we are a little bit stressed. We are confused. What is going on? And you're going to have to
That's
wait
so
until
much.
the next episode to find out more. I mean, obviously, you've read the damn book or you wouldn't be here,
Always come
but
back
at
for
least
more.
you would hear our unhinged opinions on everything.
Mm-hmm. The thoughts are rolling. Yeah, and we are here to clown as always. So if you want to do that with us, go like and subscribe and follow us on all socials. Check out our Patreon. Like we mentioned at the beginning, there are 2-tier options that you don't want to miss out on to get bonus content,
Hmm.
early episodes. All of our interviews are on there. It is a great place to be. Please check it out. And yeah, we're just excited to keep going through Onyx Storm.
Excited, scared, stressed, unwell, all of the emotions, and we're going to feel them together. So, with that being said, we will see you guys in the next one, and thank you for being here.